what's up, guys? Got another new video here for you. This is Tuned In Sports. My name is Bryson.
I'm Bennett.
Steve.
Don.
And today we're going to be getting into the Week 11 preview. And this is the show where we talk about what's going on with our teams, specifically the Broncos, the Lions, the Eagles, and the Bengals. So this is always an exciting show. You know, hear us railing on our teams and go in with high hopes only for them to be dashed by Sunday. So excited to bring another episode of that to you. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and get this thing started here. We're going to start by talking about the Lions coming off of their first home win of the season against the football team from Washington. And they're moving into their next game against the who? Vikings?
Panthers.
Oh, Panthers. That's right. The Panthers.
Yeah, it's going to be another big day. Let's see if we can, maybe get another win here. Looks like Bridgewater's going to be out. McCaffrey's going to be out. So, things are looking up if you're a Lions fan there. However, looks like Stafford is going to be playing with a torn ligament in his thumb, which I don't know if that's a good thing. Probably not. He's already had some issues this year with interceptions, so I could see it, continuing to go on, especially if he's got problems, physical problems. So, but he's still probably a better option than Chase Daniels is as a backup. So, I'll take my chances with Stafford and just hope that, they can continue to get off to good starts like he's done, like they have for most of the season. So, I'm not sure what to expect. I think this is a game that we should win, truthfully. But as soon as I say that, we'll probably get blown up by 15 or 20, and then I'll be like calling for Patricia's head again on Monday morning. So we'll see. We'll see. This is the merry-go-round with this team. But I think it's a game that we're definitely capable of winning, and that I really think we should win.
Yeah, I completely agree. Under normal circumstances, with Carolina at full strength, I would actually probably go with Carolina in this situation, just because I think they got a really solid team. And the Lions, they're kind of wishy-washy a little bit. But, I'm not sure who's going to be starting for Carolina, whether it be P.J. Walker or Will Grier. But I think either of those will be enough for the Lions to get the win. But, we'll see what ends up happening. But, yeah, I'll probably go with the Lions here. I think this is kind of a must-win game. If you want to consider yourself to be a good team, this isn't the team that you can lose to going against a backup. So, yeah.
And if you got any aspirations of making playoffs, you have to win this game.
Yeah, you can't lose too many more.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I'm going Lions as well. Panthers got a backup QB, probably. Yeah, for sure. So, and McCaffrey being out, those are two pieces that are pretty hard to overcome, I think, for the Panthers. So,
but they're playing the Lions, so we'll see.
But, yeah, they are playing the Lions, but I would think that the Lions are good enough to beat them without those two players. And, I think if the Lions win this game, they're at a 500 record. So,
which is something they haven't seen in a while.
So
this late into the season.
This is a big game for the Lions. I don't know necessarily what the rest of their schedule looks like, but it's definitely a must-win for them. So,
what are you talking about? They're in perfect position. They're just where they want to be.
So yeah, I'm taking the Lions.
Playoffs? We're talking about playoffs? Anyway, yeah, the Panthers are hurt without Bridgewater and McCaffrey. I saw that, or just reading today, that Swift is in concussion protocol. So I'm not sure if he's going to be able to make it for the Lions this week, but they really don't use the running back anyway. So he's Stafford throwing the ball 50 times as usual. But I still see the Lions winning it just because I don't have any faith in the backups for the Panthers. So
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to the next game. We got the Denver Broncos up next in their game against the Dolphins on Sunday, it looks like.
yeah, I was gonna say, if you watch any other of these episodes that we record, you know the answer. So Dolphins.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going Dolphins as well. They're playing some damn good football right now. And, Broncos are pretty much a injury report along with, a shit show, like he said. So, yeah, I got to go with the Dolphins.
Yeah, Dolphins here. Is Locke even playing? I saw that he got injured. Yeah. But I don't think it matters.
Matter.
Yeah, I was going to say
Driscoll, who cares?
the offense looks about the same.
Yeah.
The one thing that I will say, though, is I was actually reading something, and somebody had Miami in their top 5 in the power rankings for this week. I think that's jumping the gun a little bit to put them that high, but I do think that they're a team that's getting better and definitely on the rise. I just don't know if they're top 5 in the league yet. Simply also because, the teams that they've beaten the last handful of weeks wouldn't exactly be my idea of top tier. So we'll see what ends up happening, but I think Miami will win here.
Yeah, I mean, based upon just kind of the way the two seasons are going for both teams, Denver's been stricken with so many injuries and stuff from pretty much day one. And it's been an uphill battle every week. And the one thing that they're doing that makes it doubly difficult is they're getting off to slow starts. And I know something about that because usually Detroit is notorious for the same thing. And it's just very difficult, especially given the fact that they don't have anybody healthy defensively and or offensively. So it's just, double-edged sword there. I think the Dolphins will probably do enough to win the game, but I don't see it being like a huge blowout or anything like that. I think Denver will be in the game for sure. And if they won it, I wouldn't necessarily be surprised. But I think just right now it's a little difficult to overcome all the stuff they got going on. And then especially if Locke's out, I don't know. That's kind of where I sit on that game.
Yeah. So, all right. Let's move on to the next team then. Cincinnati Bengals on the road in Washington, coming off of a heartbreaking loss to Detroit last week.
No, it's not Detroit, Pittsburgh.
No, we're talking about Washington.
No. I'm talking about Washington is coming off a heartbreaking loss to the Lions, so they're looking for a little revenge.
That wasn't a heartbreaking loss. That was a stomping. That was a stomping. Come on. Come on now.
Well, it was a stomping for 3 quarters. But anyways, regardless.
Let me go ahead and start this one. This is going to be Bengals against Washington football team. I look for a Bengals victory here. I think they're going to get their 3rd win of the season. Just because of Washington's kind of struggling. Alex Smith did actually play pretty well last week. Didn't have a whole lot of success getting it in the end zone early, but they did get some, as the game went along. And I think it's one of those things where the more he's out there and plays, the better and the sharper he's going to start looking. But I do think this week, I think the Bengals will get it done. I think this is one of those games where this sets up well for them, and provided that they can keep Burrow upright, then I think they have a good chance to win this game.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think it's going to be a tough one for Washington. However, I do think that there are things that let me put it this way. There are weaknesses on the Bengals that Washington can take advantage of. And I do believe that they can easily make this a game. And honestly, I think they could win, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I really do believe that they could win. I'm not saying they're going to. I'm going to go with the Bengals. However, as much as we're talking about NFC least here, I do believe that Washington is going to keep it closer than some might expect.
Well,
Which is funny to think about when you figure the Bengals only won 2 games.
it's
I mean, the
Well,
fact that we're even
actually,
talking about
we're-
it like that is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's true.
actually on our own website. We're underdogs in this game. So
Well, that's probably only because you're on the road, though.
well, still, I mean, nonetheless, we're underdogs against an NFC least team, and that's not a good sign.
That's beautiful.
So, I think it's going to be tough. I mean, T. Higgins, Joe Mixon both didn't practice. Joe Mixon's still injured. He's been out a couple weeks now. So, it's going to be an uphill battle, especially if T. Higgins isn't even available for the game. And he had a big game last week.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 7 receptions, 115 yards. I mean, he's been balling, so we're not just gonna be able to replace him. I mean, he's playing some great football. But, I want to give us the benefit of the doubt, but I'm unfortunately going to have to go with Washington. I think we're just, injury-filled. And overall, I just don't think we're, as of right now, after last week's showing, we're not really playing our best brand of football. According to last week. So,
Steelers
everything
had a lot
just
to do with
looked
that.
terrible.
The Steelers had a lot to do with that.
Yeah, I get it.
I was going to say, how often
Steelers-
do you play your best brand of football against Pittsburgh? Not in about 12 years.
Well, but still, nonetheless, I was expecting us to come out and actually play decent against Pittsburgh, and we did far from that. So, I don't see us winning this week.
Okay.
No, I totally see. This is a game that Cincinnati should mark as a W. This should be one that they should win. The football team is an NFC East team, so again, you already have that connotation of going in that this team's obviously
Trash.
garbage. Yes, don't even have a name. So again, should be able to wipe them, through and through. Everything in DC is trash anyway these days. So, might as well join the football team into that.
Exactly.
So with me, we're gonna, should be seeing the Bengals winning bigly and tremendous amounts of points being put up on the board. So we'll see what happens. But no, I see Cincinnati just wiping the field with them.
And he knows the best people. So.
I don't. It's not really that I think we're gonna get,
Steamrolled.
absolutely steamrolled by them. But I just think
Your
it's gonna be an
confidence
uphill.
is shaken.
Yeah, my confidence is shaking, and I just didn't expect us to look so terrible after beating the Titans the week before.
Right.
So it was just that kind of was a eye opener to me. We beat the Titans, then come out and look like complete utter shit against Pittsburgh.
Otter shit.
Well,
Just kidding. No, I was.
yeah, but I just don't trust them. They're inconsistent. I mean,
that's what they are right now. That's the team.
That's the team.
So
They're getting better, and that's what you got to rest your laurels on, that they're getting better and they're working in the right direction.
Yeah. But
That's all you can do.
Let's
I know a thing or two about inconsistency. I'm gonna put my mask on for this part because I don't want to get sick talking about this team for multiple reasons. Because on top of everything else, we had 3 players test positive for COVID this week, so I don't even know if we're gonna have our game, to be honest with you. And one of them was J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. So
man, you ain't got your one catch.
There goes that catch.
Yep,
it's done.
The one piece of consistency we can always.
He caught
He caught
the sickness, mother Bob.
Yeah.
Does it go
He's
in the
going
stat
down
book?
with the sickness.
Yeah. Ooh, that's what he did. So. But
went down with the sickness.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Yeah, this is a.
Wait,
who was it that they're playing?
At Cleveland.
Oh crap!
That's the other reason I got this mask on. I don't want any Browns on me.
Hey, OBJ wants a brown on him.
Hey, just for a reminder, remember the mask is supposed to protect other people, not you.
Oh well.
But
this way it hides all the obscenities that he's
saying under my breath.
Yeah.
And I'll keep my fingers in my pocket too, so I won't have any birds flying in here.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, yeah, another NFC least team playing at Browns. I see the Browns winning this game in Cleveland. It's gonna be a tough game for the Eagles, I think, and with all the injuries and stuff they have, and how good the Browns actually have been playing this season. I think the Browns are winning this game.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I kind of fall in that same camp. I think the Eagles have been anything but consistent. Well, actually, they've been consistently bad. But
I was going to say, give us some credit. We've been consistent.
For what they're supposed to be and what they are. I mean, and a lot of it is probably they haven't had a receiving core on the field. I mean, the running back's been in and out of the lineup. I mean, it's just tough sledding for them right now. As everybody at this table pretty much has had some issues with injuries. The Lions have been probably the healthiest of all the teams that are sitting here. But, I mean, to say that the Eagles have been healthy would be, far from the truth. And so I think that has a lot to do with what their record is. But with that being said, they are what they thought we were.
They are what we thought we were.
They're what they thought they were, right? So, I mean, in my opinion, I just think that, there's a whole lot of expectations from the Eagles camp, fan-wise, that I don't think is legit. It's not. I don't see what all the hype is about this team right now. I work with several guys, or one guy in particular that's a huge Eagles fan, and and he's got some friends of his that come in the shop that are Eagles fans, and I don't see the optimism or where they're getting their optimism from. Because everywhere I look, I just see another problem. Usually in the way of an injury or whatever. But even moving forward, I just think. There's a lot of questions to be asked about the quarterback position and whatever moving forward even. So I think the Browns will probably win this game. However, I do think if there is one team that can fix it, it's the Eagles. Their ownership and stuff has proven that they don't mind spending money to get good. So I don't think they'll be down long. It's just a question of staying healthy and building around the pieces that they have, but they definitely need some retooling in a couple of different areas there, I think.
Yeah, I still think the Eagles are, same with the rest of the bunch in the NFC East. They're all circling the toilet. So I think, it's just
it's a race to get to the bottom.
Yeah, It's just to a point that it's just a matter of time. Who's going to float to the top. But I mean, this
Who's
is
going to be too big to get down the
Yeah, speaking of
drain?
Browns, I totally see the Browns winning this one, just because they're the better team, and that's all there is to say.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I completely agree. The preview or the pick'em that was released earlier, I said that the Browns were going to win. No hope in the Eagles. No chance that we're winning this week. On the road in Cleveland, we're probably going to come out and play like the number 2. And truthfully,
We'll be there to catch it.
yeah, hopefully,
He wants it on his chest.
hopefully somebody can get something positive out of this.
Chest bumps.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be in the locker room getting all ready for us. So, and that's if we even play.
Win by 2.
I guess in some respects, what I'm hoping for is we just have to cancel this game due to COVID, so I get the week off. And I just, it's just so frustrating. I mean, every single freaking season, we're talking about the injuries and the injuries and the injuries, and it's like, you know what? Yeah, there's injuries, but it's not like other teams don't have injuries, and every single season, that's all you hear. Oh, well, maybe if they were healthy. Well, guess what? Maybe if we drafted or we traded or we did something different, maybe we wouldn't have to talk about the injuries. Maybe we need to get more players that are more reliably on the field, instead of just, oh man, Deshaun Jackson barely made it through a season without an injury thus far. Let's bring him in so that he can sit on the bench for more than 3/4 of the games that he's played as an Eagle this time around. I don't know. It's frustrating. We got people on the COVID list now, as if we didn't need any help, right? Like last week was the first time that there was some semblance of the receiving core actually healthy, and now we don't have Jackson, and on top of that, we don't have Arcega-Whiteside's one catch for 8 yards because of COVID. So it's just, yeah.
I agree with you, and I understand what you're saying, but the problem is you can say, well, maybe we just need to draft better or do something. There's something to be said for that, but you can't lose positions where they've lost positions. Let's look at Denver's a perfect example of this right now. You can't lose 2 starting cornerbacks. All your wide receiving core that's supposed to be on the field is out. You lose the biggest down, their number 1 pass rusher, best defensive player. You can't lose guys like that and just say, well, we should be doing fine. You just can't, because you can't replace that kind of talent that easily. You can have guys step up and play. I understand. The best teams always seem to find ways to win. But, we're talking about,
Yeah, but, the problem is that even with those injuries, the guys that have came in and played have played well. I didn't even know who Travis Fulgham was at the beginning of the season, and that guy's played like a beast. Mm-hmm. So, it's not like as a result of these injuries at wide receiving position that we haven't been able to get guys that can catch. If anything, we've just shown how deep we are at the position. But the problem is we got to have a quarterback that can get him the ball. Speaking of the ball and a quarterback, maybe get rid of it once in a while, and not lead the league in sacks and interceptions and all this other foolishness. And maybe have an offensive line. We've got some injuries on the offensive line, but last time I checked, I think all but one guy is healthy now. So it's not like we're on the 4 stringers there. Yeah. We got most of our starters in, and we're still getting sacked. So I'm
not making excuses.
Yeah, it's just, No, I completely understand what he's saying, but it's just every season we're having this conversation, and I'm tired of it. I'm just tired of having the same conversation every single season, where it's like, oh, okay, what are we going to do this week? Oh, well, how many injuries do we have? Oh, okay, well, that should impact the performance. Well, guess what? I'm tired of it impacting the performance. I want to impact and win. I want to win. I don't want to sit here and say, well, what if, you know? I don't want to have that conversation anymore. I'm talking about what happened. I want results.
For those of us that are, that root for teams that suck all the time, that's a nice conversation. Because then you can actually say, well, maybe we could have won.
Yeah.
We know we're not going to, but it's nice to know that maybe we could have.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's just frustrating. I heard that we're looking at Jordan Howard again. We signed him to the practice squad again. So after we paid him all that money when he came over from the Bears and played like absolute trash for our team, I guess we want to bring him back in to do that some more. Can't wait for that.
Well, the line's so much better now than it was when he was there before.
No, it's the same people. It's the same people.
I know, that's why I
But
said
then
that.
again, when Wentz is getting sacked before he can even hand off the ball, I don't know shoot. Barry Sanders would have a rough time. Just saying. So, it's frustrating. I'm tired of it. And, like I said, I got my mask on for this video because I don't want to catch anything talking about it. As far as I'm concerned, MVP of this team is probably Jake Elliott, as well as, a couple other guys. And also, I heard that Zach Ertz was signed to a 21-day practice contract or something, which basically means that within the next 3 weeks, they have a chance to remove him from the IR, I guess. And then if he doesn't move up in that time, then I think he's out for the season. I don't know exactly what that all means, but that's kind of what I gathered. So maybe we'll get him back. Maybe that'll help. Maybe we'll look like the same trash that we do every other week. Maybe I'll be on here talking about getting rid of the ball and the offensive line and just stupid plays where we bring in Hurts and important moments in the game and we got the wrong personnel on the field and holding calls and all this other stuff. We'll see. But I'm picking the Browns, and there's a good chance that this won't be close. If we lose by 10 points to the Giants, shoot, we could be freaking railroaded on this one. I mean, it's going to look like the Mayberry Massacre out there. And, man, talk about swirling the toilet bowl. Boy, we could really be doing it after this week. And then, people are starting to lose faith in Peterson. People are starting to lose faith in Wentz. People are losing faith in the organization, what they're doing. And, boy, it could get ugly here pretty quick. But anyways.
Welcome to Detroit.
Anyways.
Yeah, I was going to say, welcome to the years when they sucked at the vet. I mean,
Welcome to the Mike Golick years.
I mean, you can go back to those, right? Even the Buddy Ryan, right? I mean, it's the same thing. It's like, well, enjoy your victories while you had them. Yeah. It sucked before.
Yeah. Well, and I have no doubt that it's gonna suck now. So we'll see what ends up happening, but. One way or another, the game on Sunday is going to be crappy.
Yeah, one
playing the Browns. So
one thing I forgot to mention is, this is kind of going off topic here, but we had signed Tack McKinley a couple days ago, and he failed the physical, and we had to waive him. And I was all excited after that pickup too. So I was. Just seems like something typical.
Then he signed with the Niners or somebody?
Yeah, he signed with the Niners.
After failing the physical in Cincinnati, he signs on with the Niners. So how does that work?
Depends on what kind of physical they did.
I was going to say...
They pretty much just eliminated whatever that test that he failed.
I was going to say, was the physical a drug test or was it a package examination? I don't know. I mean...
I don't give a crap what it is. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, anyways, final thoughts?
Interesting week of football. We'll see what happens.
Plenty to be thankful
Yeah,
for.
just wait. Hit repeat.
Yeah, I look forward to, watching us play Washington and seeing kind of what we'll look like. Because, I know I said before, we're kind of an inconsistent team. So it's going to be interesting to see what team shows up.
Yeah.
And how about your fashion statement this week? Is it going to be? You're going to have some ugly orange and some ugly maroon out there. That's going to clash.
Yeah.
You think they should have changed their colors up this weekend?
Yeah.
Make it a little bit more fancy.
Yeah.
Well, if it's anything like the Eagles, even when we wear our white, the uniforms are green by the end of the day.
Hey, just make sure they don't go out there looking like Florida State, or they'll get blown out.
Okay.
My final thoughts are the Super Bowl's heading through Detroit, month of buff. You want to get there?
Yeah.
Remember, I-95 north.
Yeah, a couple of friends of mine that play Madden on the PS5 said the same thing.
Yeah.
For me,
You ain't played Madden
in some
on PS5.
respects, I do want us to actually play this week. I was joking earlier about, I guess the best option would be for, us to have the game canceled due to COVID. But I don't actually want that to happen. I do hope we play this week, if nothing else, so we can get this season over with faster instead of having to fart around in a week 18 or something to replay a game, or, play another game on like a Tuesday or something where we'll be seen in prime time. That would be the worst. That would be the worst option, is if we had to put our garbage in prime time.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, we're already going to have to play the Seahawks on Monday Night Football next week. So, woo, Thanksgiving.
Let's just say I'm thankful for the NBA going to be starting up soon, because
because the Thunder are actually doing good things. So that's something else to take
same with the Clippers. So
that's something to take my mind off of the bull crap we got going on with the Eagles. So, so if you guys like this, complaint session, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe, all that fun stuff. My name's Bryson.
I'm Bennett.
Steve.
Don?
Don't catch COVID. See you in the next video.